Okay, I'm back for part 2. Sorry about part 1 with the audio at the end. So I will continue from where I left off. So we started off with the wig prep. What is a wig prep? The wig prep is when you prepare your client and how she's going to wear her hair underneath a wig that she's going to be having done as a custom wig. All right, so that's the wig prep. And then the head wrap is going to be part 2, in which you have to do a specific process and creating a mold. So that mold will be used to put on to a canvas block. I gave a demonstration in one of my previous videos on how it was done for a client, but as I said, I made a mistake in one of my lives in which I did it on a client, but I didn't get a chance to save it, so I'm doing it on this mannequin. All right, so as you can see, I prepared her. To get prepared for the head wrap. So I put this down as flat as I can, right? And basically, this is just done so that it can be prepared for the mold that she will be receiving. As you can see, I kept the wig cap back from the hairline, and I brought it down to make it as flat as possible. And it's prepared so that I can put the mold together for this client. So once again, as I said before, there are many ways in which you can do a wig prep. And because this client, imagine this being a client who's not going to be wearing her wig to bed every night. She's going to take it off. And so it makes it easy for her because her hair is just wrapped, basically. You can wrap the hair around any kind of way. You don't have to do it the way that I did it, but just wrap it up so that you can wear your wig and it can be as flat as possible. If this was theater, we would do it in the form of pin curls, because then the pin curls, we just take them off. We do it in the form of a pin curl. We take it down at nighttime when they leave the wigs at the theater. At home, you can do the same thing. It's very fast and easy and quick. In the next video, I will show a demonstration on how it's done using braids, or we don't really have to do that. You know how to braid your hair back, put it in a ponytail or whatever, and make it flat down, and you can do the same thing as a form of wig prep. So here we have the plastic bag, which is really a plastic cap is what I called it in the last video. And just make sure that when you're doing a client that this plastic does not come over their nose. They won't be able to breathe. All right, so what I usually do, or what we usually do, is we usually stand behind the client and we have them hold each side. But since this mannequin doesn't have hands, I stuck a pin here to hold it, right? They hold this, the client holds this down. I'll show you over here, right? And just make sure it's not far down to the nose. And they hold this in place like this with their hands. All right? This is the process of creating a mold. Now, the next step is we want to make sure that everything is clear. Try to keep it as clear as possible in these areas. It kind of really don't matter, because once the mold is set, then we use the oh, I forgot to mention in the last video that you need a magic marker, and that magic marker will be used to trace the hairline. So here's a clear view of how I have the cap on. If this was a person, she'd be holding this herself, and I would start the process of applying tape. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these two pieces and fold them either down or up. I'm gonna fold them up, all right? Fold them up. So we begin the taping process. You want to make sure that you always have a clear view from here when it's time for you to use the magic marker for tracing. All right, so we're going to make sure these tabs are out of the way. Okay, so those are down. Most people like using the small tape. I like using mask tape. And the smaller tape will give you better control, but I like to start off using the mask tape, the bigger one, because I can get more covered, because you have to use a lot of tape to create this mold. So as you can see, I am going around with the masking tape. And this is just my way of doing it. There's so many other ways to do it. It just makes it much more quicker and easier for me. It can take you a little time when you're using a smaller tape, which is fine. Make sure you have the back, the sides, and the entire circumference covered flat. I would suggest you not do the big pieces like I've done, but I've been doing this for a while, so take small pieces of tape and cover the areas that you're going to be tracing down nice and flat. All right, and because this is clear, you'll be able to see. It's no problem. So you just keep using the tape until you get it down as flat as possible. Just make sure that around the ears, around the circumference, everything is flat. All right. Okay, so now we have the head mold done from front to back. As you can see clearly where we are with this. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to have our magic marker. I forgot to mention that in the last video. You must have a magic marker. The first thing you're going to do is label it. Put whoever the client's name in the top, and then you're going to start tracing the hairline. So we're going to start here. We go around the ear, down, around, and you trace all the way around the entire circumference of the hairline. In the back, always make sure you go a little bit below. You just want to make sure you have enough room. As you can see, we're done. Go a little bit below the hairline, just to make sure you have enough room. I'm going to get ready for part 3. Always remember, whenever you trace the hairline, go over it again with tape, because if you don't, you will lose the place in which you put the tape, and you have to start all over again. There you have it, your mold and your foundation you'll be using to build your wig. Stay tuned for part 3, where we're going to measure the head so that everything fits when we put it on the canvas block. Thank you for watching. So if you find that this video was helpful, of giving you some value, please don't forget to like and share. And please comment as well. See you in the next video for part 3, and where we're going to do the head measurements.